Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Bowtech Proven 34. All right guys, welcome back to the channel. Zach and JR here, and we've got the new Bowtech. This is the Proven 34. So this is brand new for 2025. This is gonna be a great option for those long draw guys. So this is a 34-inch ATA, and they've got a short draw and a long draw option. So we're talking draw lengths from
25 to 33.
That's
a lot.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of draw length. So there's a couple new features that Bowtech introduced this year. Well, one in particular. They had their centermass technology last year, and they've gone with a Gen 2 option or Gen 2 variation of the centermass sight in specific. So everyone knows last year the new centermass sight that they introduced integrated to the center of the riser. Yep. So they've gone away from that, and they've actually moved it further inside the riser. So you'll notice that the sight actually mounts to the inside of the riser now, which they're saying, which makes sense. It moves everything further in line, center of that bow, so it's gonna make that bow even more stable and consistent, I guess, at full draw. What's your thoughts on that? That's one of the first things I noticed.
It's very innovative, I guess is a good word to say it. I've never seen anybody put the actual sight on the inside of the riser, so I'm very intrigued by it. And I have not really drawn it back. We just got the bow set up, so I'm curious to see if that will mess with your sight alignment or anything. But so other than that, I'm actually very excited for it.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat concept. So they've gone away from the center mass that ran through there. So this is what they're going with moving forward. And I believe they're introducing that because they're keeping the core SS and the SR in the line. So I believe they are changing those risers from what I was told. And that is going to be integrated into all of the new bows for 2025. From there, like Bowtech, they've got their center mass, not their center mass, their deadlock cam technology, which kind of the leaders when it came to that tuning capability. It seems like everybody's kind of following suit now.
They are.
You know, Matthews has introduced their new tuning. You've got Elite, who's kind of changed the way. So this has been in the lineup for a long time. I don't think it really gets any better. The center mass has always made tuning the Bowtech's bows incredibly easy. Deadlock, excuse me. I don't know why I'm hung up on center mass. It's just, it's new. The deadlock has been made things very, very simple and very fast. It's a great concept, and the technology, I think, has been phenomenal since they've introduced it. And I kind of almost feel like Bowtech has really missed the mark as far as the advertising side of things go, because it is such a great feature on the bow to tune something just that fast and that easy.
Yeah, super easy to tune, and anybody can do it as well. So very, very nice feature, and I hope it sticks around for a very, very long time for them.
As do I. They've also got their flip chip technology. So again, this has been in the lineup for a long time. You can run these bows on either comfort or performance, basically by just swapping the mods. And we've noticed from over the testing that we've done over the years, you gain about 10 feet per second when you go from comfort to performance.
Yes. I mean, obviously it will change your draw cycle, so just keep that into factor. But yes, normally you see about 10 feet per second difference in speeds.
Dude, both hanging up on words today.
Yeah.
To struggle. It's a Monday.
Yeah. So we'll blame it on that.
Yeah, that's what it is. They've also got their grip lock technology. So again, you can take and really micro fit this bow to you by changing the angle of the grip. They've got their time lock technology on the bow as well, so you can micro adjust your timing. So on the fly, it doesn't require press for any of these features, which is very, very unique and very cool. For a lot of guys that don't have all the equipment, you can really do a lot of this yourself.
Yes. Yeah, so that's really more in line for a lot of the target guys, but if you're somebody that's really wanting to really fine tune your equipment and make sure everything is performing to the best of your ability or the best of the bow's ability, something that you can really play with and get stuff dialed in perfectly.
Yes, yes, absolutely. What else do we got, JR? So this is, I don't think they've introduced any new colors that I'm aware of. This is their sandstone color. I think this is a new color.
I believe this is a newer color, yes.
A newish color. It looks good, because last year they had their FDE, their flat dark earth.
Yep.
So this is the newer color, the sandstone, which looks good. It's a light tan. Again, this is a lot of bow.
It is.
34 inches axle to axle, it's a lot of bow. Yes. I think it's going to be a really great bow, obviously for those long draw guys, because who are limited in options, you know, those 31, 32, 33 inch draw lengths, which we don't see a lot of them, but they do come through the shop. This is going to be a really great option for you. And then a lot of guys who are looking for maybe a hybrid bow, whether you're shooting some indoor stuff or more particular like your outdoor 3D, and you want something that's going to do that and hunt with, this is going to be a really great option for you. Just because that overall length and that brace height, it's going to be a really good forgiving shooting bow.
Exactly, yeah. So I don't know if we covered that yet. The brace height on the standard draw is coming in at 6 5/8 inches. The long draw does extend out to 7 inches for the brace height, and then they're both still 34-inch axle bows. And the draw length goes from 25 to 30 on the standard draw, and then for the long draw, it's 27 and a half to 33.
To 33, yep. We're looking at an overall weight. That's, like I said, it's a lot of bow. We're looking at an overall weight of right at 4.7 pounds, and that's bare. So there's a little bit of weight to it, but with a little bit of weight to the bow, typically comes a little bit better holding bow at full draw and easier to aim with, from what I've noticed. Similar to like your long guns and stuff, a little bit longer. It's a little bit more forgiving platform.
Correct.
So what we are going to do, we're going to take and we're going to shoot this at a couple different draw lengths. So we've got, I'm going to shoot your standard draw, which we're going to shoot at 27 and 30 inches. And then JR is going to shoot this beast of a long draw at 30 and 33 inches.
We'll max it out.
We're going to max these bad boys out and see what we're getting out of them. We're going to, again, like we always do in our videos, we're going to shoot 2 different arrow weights for you guys. So we've got JR's personal arrow. We got a Easton Sonic 6.0, which is coming in right at 470 grains. And then we've got one of these Easton Axis 5mm 200 spine arrows, and this is coming in at 570 grains. So we got a 100 grain difference for you guys. Obviously, when we get to that 33-inch draw length, we're only going to be able to shoot that one arrow because that's that full length 200 spine, because that's all we've got for it right now. But the other draw lengths, we're going to shoot these 2 arrows to give you guys a comparison of the speeds that this bow is performing or producing. I have not drawn one of these back yet. I don't know if you have yet. So we'll give you our initial impressions as well as far as the draw cycle and whatnot. And these will all be shot on comfort. So if you're kind of trying to get an idea what they're going to do on performance setting, you can typically add about 10 feet per second. And that'll be about the speed you're getting with the same setups and configurations that we're running. So we are going to step to the back. We're going to put these things through the chronograph and see how they perform. All right, guys, so we've got this set up. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this, all these bows do have the dovetail in the rear of the riser, so you can mount your integrated rest, which, you know, pretty much all your bows now that's coming standard. But we are going to get we're going to check the draw weight for you guys. These bows should be right around 70 pounds. These are all 70-pound bows. And we're going to start off on 27 inches on this standard draw length. And make sure whenever you guys are changing draw lengths on your Bowtech bows that you also change your draw stops, because we had somebody just the other day that picked up a new, I believe a Core SR or Core SS, and they were changing draw lengths and they didn't change the draw stops and they came in with that bow locked out, which could have ended badly. So what you do with your mods, make sure you do with your draw stops. All right, let's see. That's pulling right at 73.7 pounds, and it says the holding weight is 5.4 pounds.
So she's a little hot.
What do you think? We should leave it?
I'd say leave it.
It's
right out of the box.
It's right out of the box. We didn't make any changes to it. So 73.7 pounds. Let's see what kind of speeds we're getting. So this is, again, 27 inches. This is going to be that 570 grain arrow. You think I'm good right here on the chronograph?
Yeah, it should be good.
A little bit short.
How to feel for the cycle?
235.5 feet per second. It feels good. I mean, it's that long axle to axle. The string angle is obviously, I mean,
it's going to be very good for anybody.
Yes,
I feel like
a very forgiving feeling. And the draw cycle, again, it's on comfort. It's very, very smooth. I mean, to be pulling 73, almost 74 pounds on this thing, it does not feel like it at all. So we're going to get a
3-shot average.
3-shot average for you guys to kind of see how consistent it is, because our chronograph does vary a little bit. But yeah, very smooth. I mean, there's no dump or anything in it. And 235.8.
That's a heavy arrow for a short draw length.
That is a very, very heavy arrow. For me personally, I would not be, if my draw length was 27 inches, I would not be shooting that heavy of an arrow. Yeah, that's super, super smooth.
Very quiet, sounds like.
It is. 236.1.
So average of 235.
Yeah.
Some change.
Right at 235 feet per second, which we're talking, that's a really, really heavy arrow. But the bow feels really good, as we kind of figured it would, being that long, really long axle to axle length at such a short draw length. There's really not very much vibration at all, post shot either. But we do have, obviously we have a sight on here, so it is going to absorb a little bit of the vibration. Yeah. But it feels good. It's, again, it's a lot of bow.
It is.
And it doesn't really feel obnoxiously heavy. I mean, the way the weight's distributed through the bow, it doesn't feel, I mean, 4.7, that seems heavy now for when we look at all the other bows, right? Some of them are at sub 4 pounds. Yeah. But with that much bow, I mean, it feels really, really good.
Should feel very, hopefully solid and very durable.
It does. Back wall feels really good. There's no sponge to it. I mean, kind of come to expect that with Bowtech. They've got a really good back wall. But we're gonna go ahead now. We're gonna shoot this.
The 470?
470 grain arrow. Again, at 27 inches. Yeah, it's so smooth. 249.1. A little bit faster. How does the bow sound to you? I mean,
it sounds pretty quiet. It's just really hard to tell because it's right here at the target, so I'm hearing the impact right away. Yeah, I'm hearing that impact on the target more than anything.
Pretty consistent, 249.5. I think personally, if my draw length was 27 inches, I'd be closer to the 400 grain arrow.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
.257.9, so we got a big jump there. So you're gonna be right in the low 50s, or 250s with that.
Yeah, so average of 252.2 according to that.
Yeah. Not bad. So you're gonna go ahead and jump over to this long draw option. So that was the middle of this cam.
Yes.
So we're shooting, just to clarify for you guys, we're shooting these bows at the middle and the top of the cams. So again, I'll be shooting this at 27 inches like I just did, and then we're gonna max the cam out at 30 inches. And JR is gonna be shooting at the middle of that cam, which is at 30 inches, and the top of the cam at 33 inches. So that's what we're doing with these bows. So he's gonna go ahead, he's gonna grab the long draw option, and he's actually gonna get an overall weight of the bow, bare bow.
It does have a whisker biscuit on it, but yes. So it should be right around like 4.9 pounds, I would imagine. Okay, a little off. 5.2 is what it peaked at, but it looked like it was hovering like 5.1. So
yeah,
I'd say it's very close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple extra things hanging on. We obviously got the tag on there. We got the whisker biscuit.
Yep.
I'm assuming they're taking off the orbital dampeners and stuff as well when
More
they're weighing
likely.
it. So that's probably where your weight comes from.
And let's make sure everything is moved. 30. Okay. Yeah, very smooth. Felt very smooth. 72.2 holding 9.5. And first shot. Yeah, that's very smooth. Mm-hmm. Very smooth. Very dead.
246.5.
And it's sounding pretty quiet.
It's very quiet. I mean, because we're inside, there's an echo, and everybody, our mics are right under our throat, right by the bow, so you're gonna get the most noise you possibly get out of it.
Very comfortable shooting bow. Yeah, that's just solid. And third shot. Yeah, that's just all day. That's super smooth. Feels very stable too.
Be an enjoyable bow to shoot a lot.
100%. 250 on the dot. So, makes an average of 247.6. Not bad. For that heavy of an arrow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're going to the 470 grain arrow, 30 inches. .285.3.
There we go.
That's a good speed.
Yep.
Especially for that long of a bow.
You know, one of the things that we didn't talk about too is that we were discussing before we started this video was how the long draw option, the IBO, is slower than the short draw.
There is almost a half-inch difference in the brace height, but I don't think that should cause a 5-foot difference in speed. But
interesting.
Their engineers apparently got that. .266. That's a pretty big jump right there.
Deviation.
Yeah, something's not right.
Shoot it again.
So we had 285.
Yep.
So 19-foot difference in speed. .266. Did that register right?
Shoot it one more time.
.268.
Yeah, it looks like we had a fluke with that initial shot.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're more in that 266, 268 feet per second at 30 inches with 470 grains. So interesting. So what we're gonna do now.
I'm gonna shoot one more time, just make sure.
Shoot one more, okay. That'll be a 5.
Just making sure we are getting consistent. .268.9. Good.
Yep, that's it.
I'd say that was fast for 285.
Yeah, it was. Well, so 470 grains at 30 inches on that. We're right at that 266, 268. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and max these bows out. We're gonna move to the top of the cam on both. So the short draw again, 30 inches. The long draw, we're gonna go to 33 inches and see if JR can get it back. And he'll only be shooting that one long arrow, 570 grains. So let's get these changed over real quick, JR. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in action. We've got this bow set up at 30 inches now, and we are going to recheck our draw weight. Gosh, that's long.
I'm not looking forward to 33.
73.4, holding 3.9 pounds. That's what the scale says, guys.
Yeah.
Not what I say.
We're not fluffing anything.
No. That's what the scale says. So don't be mad at us. Be mad at the scale. All right, so again, 30 inches. This is that 570 grain arrow. We're gonna get 3 shots through it, get you guys an average. And this bow is long on me.
Quiet.
Quiet.
260.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
For 570 grains?
Which it should hopefully be matching the same because we had 30 on the other one. We started at 30 on that one.
What'd you get?
265 was the average.
That's right.
Something like that.
Yeah, and this bow is supposed to be a little bit faster.
It should be. Which, yeah, that's about the 5 feet right there.
I mean, even this bow drawing really long on me is, I mean, the draw cycle is so smooth. That's the reason I've always liked the Bowtech.
258.
I don't notice a huge difference with that sight mounted on the inside. Let's see.
It really shouldn't be, I don't think, because it is pretty much flush against the side of the riser, so
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should notice anything different. I think it's super quiet.
It is. It feels really good in the hand too. I like the grip personally. I like Bowtech's thin grip.
I do too.
I've been a big fan of it for a long time. And the fact that you can adjust the actual angle of the grip without having to interchange different grips and just micro adjust the fit for you is kind of a cool feature.
It is. Yeah, it's a really nice option.
It's not everybody needs it. For those guys who are pretty particular about their bows, it is a very cool feature on it. All right, so now we're gonna go down. This is gonna be that 470 grain arrow at 30 inches. .284.9. Consistent. There we go. 285-ish. That's good. That's a good arrow weight for this bow then. At 30 inches, 470 grains, it's a sweet spot. 285, 290s tune really, really well. Especially if you're shooting a little bit bigger fixed blade. Yeah, this is just really, really smooth, man. That's one of the things I've always enjoyed. I had a Solution SS for a long time and a hard time getting away from it because it just shot so good. 286.4. So the bows definitely are not speed demons by any means, but they are very, very good shooting.
That's a really good speed right there.
Yeah, I mean, 470 grains, 30 inches, I would run that all day.
100%.
Probably closer to my draw length, 28.5 inches. I'd probably run closer to that like 430 to 450 grains personally. But yeah, it feels really good, man. I think it's gonna be a really great option this year for somebody that's looking for that hybrid bow.
100%.
So let's see what that 33-inch draw length monster. So if you got a 33-inch draw length right out of the gate, you're already very limited. Your arrow selection, your bow selection. I'm pulling, good God.
Very smooth. 71.3 holding 10.2 pounds.
There you go. With a hinge.
Yeah.
Get out the way.
I can't anchor, so.
Fix perfect.
I cannot anchor, so.
Draw length looks good, dude.
It. Send it.
267.8.
Oh. Might be just like a half inch too long on me, right?
Yeah, maybe. 268.9. That's proper technique right there.
Right.
Somebody from YouTube will teach you how to shoot that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You get a good comment on it.
Yep. I'm looking forward to them.
We got some goobers on there, man.
We do. They just hating because they ain't us. They hate me trying to drop back an anchor on this thing.
Yeah, look at that. It looks perfect.
Best shot right there.
Consistent. 268.5. So definitely, you're not getting crazy speeds out of this
No.
bow.
It'll be a very comfortable, very well-performing bow, though, I feel like.
The great thing about Bowtech, again, I mean, this is, like we said, the Proven 34-inch ATA. This is gonna be a great hybrid option bow. If you have one bow to do everything, you wanna do a mix of target archery, you wanna do some hunting, this bow is gonna be a great option for you. Draws really, really smooth. You've got the option to run it on comfort of performance. So all the numbers we just got, add about 10 feet per second to those. If you shoot it on performance, you're gonna get a little bit more speed, but it also comes with a little bit more aggressive draw cycle.
It does.
But I don't think on being a 34-inch bow, it's gonna be...
It shouldn't be drastic.
No, it's not. It's such a long platform with such a long brace height. It's still gonna be... I personally would end up shooting it on performance to get that little bit more speed out of it.
100%.
But yeah, great option. You got your deadlock cam technology. Again, for the tuning, we can't highlight that enough. It's been in the lineup for a long time. Everybody's been kind of chasing Bowtech with that. It's a great tuning capability. You don't have to bust out any axles. There's no shimming. You can do all your tuning with the twist of an Allen key.
Yep, same with your time lock too, all that. So super easy, very, very easy tuning bow.
They are. And they are going to be available in package options for those who are interested in them. Yep. So they're going to come with your center mass sight. They're going to come with your ripcord ratchet, excuse me, that's a whisker biscuit. Your ripcord ratchet arrow rest. It's going to come with a tight spot 4-arrow quiver. I think it's a center mass quiver.
It's a center mass quiver, or you have a
It's a 5-arrow quiver.
The 5-arrow, yeah.
So 2 quiver options depending on if you go with their tree stand package or their mountain package. So it's another cool option that eliminates the anxieties of some people coming in and having to pick out all of their accessories. It comes as a kit now, which is kind of unique for a flagship bow because they typically don't.
Right.
So, or of course you can get them in the bare bow option.
Yep, and then build it yourself.
Build it yourself, which is what I would do.
100%, that's what I do.
I think that's what most people are going to end up doing. They're going to go through and they're going to pick and choose the accessories they want to put on it or swap accessories from old bows onto this bow. But interested what you guys think, the new centermass technology, again, taking it from the center of the riser, moving it to the inside of the riser. Unique, I don't know that it's ever been done before.
Okay.
Kind of a different feature. The sight picture looks really good with it though. I know that was one of the complaints from the years past is how you couldn't see the whole housing on the center mass sights, but now it looks like that's going to eliminate that the way they've moved this in. So kind of different.
Yeah, very, very cool, very cool.
New good stuff from Bowtech. So if you're interested in the new 2025 Bowtech bows, come by and see us here at our shop in Jacksonville, North Carolina, right outside of
Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune, we are indeed. So open 7 days a week. And if you're not local, make sure you head over to the website, extremeoutfitters.com, for all of your archery and bow hunting needs.
Yep.
What else?
Don't forget free cut and glue. Buy arrows, free cut and glue.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
You can buy arrows individually from us. So if you're looking to do some testing on your new Proven 34, need some arrows, you're not sure if you want to run a 300, a 250 at a, or a 200 at a 33-inch draw length, you can buy them individually. We can build them out for you and kick them out. And then whenever you do your testing and figure out what's going to work, come back and get some more.
Yep.
So as always, we appreciate you guys following along and watching. Drop some comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on the new 2025 Bowtech Proven 34. I'm curious to read the comments.
Yep, me too.
As always, good stuff. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next video.